All right, guys, quick question. What weighs more, 5 pounds of muscle or 5 pounds of fat? Hey, guys, it's Dr. Eric, the fitness physician. I love my little quizzes. So if you said fat, you'd fall victim to one of the biggest myths in fitness. Well, of course, it's kind of a trick question because they weigh exactly the same. They weigh 5 pounds, right? 5 pounds is 5 pounds. But here's the difference. So 5 pounds of muscle takes up about two-thirds of less space than 5 pounds of fat. This simple misunderstanding is why millions of people are trapped in a cycle of frustration, constantly chasing numbers on a scale. And this really tells you nothing about your actual health, your appearance, your metabolism, any inflammation in your body, or anything like that. As you know, I'm a physician. I specialize in muscle medicine and performance optimization. I deal with hormonal fitness, peptides, longevity, and so much more. And I try not to talk about weight loss to people. It's still kind of the buzzword, right? Everybody wants to lose weight, but as you've seen a lot of my posts, I'm kind of the contrarian, right? I always talk about the opposite. I've been talking about high carb diets forever. Now it's like everybody's talking about it, right? Not low fat, not low carb. There's a time and a place, right? I talk about, doing, hit before, I'm not going to get into it, but basically I do a lot of the opposite and there's science behind what I do. So I talk about building up your metabolism, building your body up. That's why I focus on building up the muscle in your body, and then the rest will kind of take care of itself. So, and this is why, I kind of try not to focus on weight loss per se. Number one, it gets you off the damn scale. It's okay to measure it, but people get so distracted and focused on it. But the other thing is it's a kind of a broken industry. It's a $90 billion lie is what I've read about. So if you read about over 73% of Americans are now obese, it's like 50% globally around the world, I believe. The weight loss industry, it's like a $90 billion business, right? People are getting bigger every year and fatter every year, despite spending more and more money on this and more solutions, ideas, projects, tips, tools, hacks, etc. We have pharmaceutical companies making billions of dollars on drugs that literally can cause some problems or issues. If you use them the wrong way, you're not working with a provider. We have an entire industry built about a flawed concept that focuses on the wrong metric. And again, it's not about weight loss, it's about body composition, it's about metabolism. This is what really matters. So body composition is everything. Weight is not the important thing. This is why I focus on muscle. So, for example, you have someone who's 6 foot tall, 200 pounds, 30% body fat, 6 foot tall, 200 pounds, 15% body fat, person B. They both weigh exactly the same, but person A looks soft, they're a little flabby, maybe unhealthy. Person B looks lean. They look athletic, right? Big difference in how they look. This is the why that's not about the scale and the actual weight. The weight is not your friend, right? So it's about body recomposition. So a lot of people talk about weight loss, but what they want is recomposition. You hear about the buzzword of recomp, right? If you read fitness pros or blogs or bodybuilding forums, etc., about recomp, it's about recomposition, burning fat, building muscle, right? The holy grail. So you want to build up that lean body, muscle tissue, reduce body fat, improve your strength, improve your conditioning, improve your overall metabolic health, reduce inflammation, improve longevity. You can transform your physique, and the scale may not even move. That's why I talk about nutrient partitioning and muscle partitioning. It's about taking the fuel that you and partitioning it and basically transferring it to your muscle, building up that muscle instead of going to your fat. So if you're sedentary, you have an unhealthy lifestyle, when you eat, you're probably going to gain fat. But if you're metabolically active, you have healthy muscle tissue, it's like a little Pac-Man. It's going to chew up all that food. So when you eat, you're going to fuel your muscle and build your metabolism. It's not going to go to the fat. That's the game changer. That's what everybody wants, right? I've seen a lot of my patients drop a couple dress sizes while quote unquote only losing a few pounds. And I've seen men go from dad bod to an athletic build while their weight stayed almost the same. So they weren't failing, they were succeeding at the highest level. So muscle is your metabolic superpower. And through my work in muscle medicine, I've discovered that muscle tissue isn't just about appearance, it's literally the organ of longevity. So every pound of muscle, here's what it does for you. Number one, metabolic enhancement. Muscle burns calories 24/7, even when you sleep. Each pound of muscle burns about anywhere from 5 to 10 calories per day at rest compared to a couple calories for fat. That's huge. And over time, hey, that all adds up, right? Insulin sensitivity. Muscle tissue basically is a glucose disposal system. It helps regulate blood sugar, prevents diabetes and insulin resistance, basically helps you more insulin sensitive. So when you do eat sugar, you take it in, you partition, like I was mentioning, and your blood sugar, your insulin levels stay the same. We don't get insulin resistance diabetes, which is a huge problem in the country and around the world today. Number three, hormone optimization. Muscle mass directly correlates with testosterone production, growth hormone release, and overall hormonal health. I talk about this all the time. They go hand in hand. You improve one, you improve the other, and vice versa. Functional strength. Unlike fat, muscle allows you to move better. You can feel stronger. You can maintain independence and functional capacity as you age. You're able to do what you need to do without concerns about fatigue or injury. Longevity protection. medical studies clearly consistently show that higher muscle mass is associated with a longer lifespan, meaning you'll live longer and healthier, and reduced risk of age-related diseases. I've been saying this for years. Muscle is an endocrine organ, and it's the organ of longevity. Last one, myokines, cytokines, little enzymes that are secreted by the muscle, have many, many effects on pretty much every organ tissue in the body to promote health, longevity, optimal function, improves your brain health, your bone health, liver health, gut health, digestion, energy, cognitive health, function, and so much more. So if you want to transform your body composition, there's a lot of things you could do, and there's way too much time to go into all this. Check out all my other videos about this. But number one is intelligent training. Train 3 or 4 times a week, maybe 20, anywhere from 20 to 45 minutes a session. More is not always better. Your body builds up during muscle, but you build it and make it during recovery. So you want to have an optimal frequency that allows for maximum stimulus with adequate recovery. So you can't train hard. When I say train, I mean lift weights, some type of strength training movement. You can't do it every day. When you break it, you break down the tissue, but then you have to build up, and you build up when you recover. So you need time off. The older you get, the more time you need. So maybe you only need 2 or 3 times a week. You may 3 or 4 times a week is all you need. And it doesn't have to be an hour session in the gym. You could get a killer workout in 20 to 30 minutes. I've been saying this for years. You can be very efficient with your time. Number 2, focus on compound movements. Prioritize exercises where you use multiple muscle groups, and this burns the most energy. It's the most functionally efficient, basically mimics real world activity, picking things up off the ground, lifting things up up above your head. So think squats, deadlifts, presses, rows, carries, carrying heavy things. These build upper body strength, stability, total body power, and overall body and strength and development and functional capacity. Also focus on rows for your posterior chain, meaning your back, the backside. People should be focusing more on the backside there and looking in the mirror in reverse, as opposed to looking at your pecs and your biceps, right? Think of your back muscles, your lats, your traps, your glutes, your hamstrings. And I talked about carries, lifting heavy carry things. These movements will give you the biggest bang for your buck. You're going to build muscle and you're going to improve conditioning at the same time. Number 3, train for performance, not just appearance. So again, what we talk about, go muscles, not show muscles, right? You want to have strength training of heavy loads, anywhere from 4 to 7 reps, builds dense functional muscle, power development, explosive movements to enhance performance. Things, sprints, battle ropes, heavy carries, kettlebell swings, kettlebell snatches, things like this. Conditioning, metabolic training burns fat while preserving muscle. So this approach creates muscle that not only looks good, but actually performs. So you can actually go, not show. Number 4, strategic nutrition approach. Focus on protein, right? I always talk about, a gram per pound of body weight roughly, or 1.2 to 1.8 grams per kilogram of body weight. Still stands, right? Protein increases satiety, helps you feel full longer, reduces cravings. It provides the building blocks for muscle growth, clearly prevents muscles from being broken down. Has the highest thermic effect of all the nutrients, meaning it burns a lot of calories. Your body expends energy to break down the protein so you can digest it higher than anything else. You're going to burn calories eating. Helps maintain muscle mass when you're losing fat mass. So when you're trying to go on a cut or cutting calories, if you increase your protein intake, you're gonna help maintain that satiety. You're not going to burn off muscle. Second part of this is basically the design of your intake. You're going to remove processed foods from your environment. You can't rely on, when you're trying to lose weight and you're tired, you can't rely on willpower. So just get them out of your environment. Have the good foods there, the healthy foods that you're going to snack on. Number 5 is recovery optimization. Sleep is where the magic happens. During deep sleep, your body releases growth hormone for muscle building, repair, deep sleep. It builds up damaged tissue, builds that muscle, controls your hunger hormones, like gets leptin and ghrelin optimized, consolidates all your adaptations, consolidates memory, helps detox, and your body's basically healing, recovering, and building while you sleep. So you shoot for at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night. And you have to be consistent from day to day. If you want results, you got to be consistent with this. And then measure what counts. Scales are okay. More importantly, it's body composition analysis with the bod, basically like the things like bod pod, DEXA scans, in-body scans, SECA scans, etc. Some type of quality, what they call a bioelectrical impedance device that measures fat and muscle percentage. If you can't access to this, you can look in the mirror, do circumference measurements, get a tape measure, measure your waist, your hips, your arms, your thighs, and measure that over time. Performance metrics. How much weight can you lift? How do you feel? How's your energy? How's your sleep? How's your mood? How's your sex drive? Photos, like I said, take pictures. These tell you the best images of all, right? How you look good naked in front of a mirror with your suit on. And how do your clothes fit? This is another great way too. As I mentioned earlier, clothes are fitting better or not. So stop asking how much weight did I lose and ask how much muscle did I build? How much fat did I burn? How do I feel? How much stronger I am? This mindset shift transforms everything. So instead of focusing on that scale, becoming excited by focusing on being more capable, more functional, stronger, leaner, badder, right? So I've got a ton of results on my page, but basically, if you have any questions, just reach out to me with my Primex Assessment VIP program. I'm going to do all this stuff. We're going to look at body composition, metabolic health, hormonal factors, training, nutrition, lifestyle, supplements, any needs for hormones and peptides, and so much more. Your body composition transformation can start now. And if you reach out to me at drericprimex.com, I'm taking new patients all across the country. So let me know. Remember, your scale's been lying to you. It's time to focus on what really matters, building a strong, healthy body. Stop chasing weight loss, start pursuing body recomposition and muscle, healthy muscle. You know, women, you don't have to get big and bulky, be lean and mean and functional, but that's what it's about. The difference isn't just semantics, it's the difference between temporary changes and permanent transformation. So if you're ready to transform your body composition through the power of muscle medicine, join the Primex tribe. Let's build strong, lean, capable bodies. And then these are the bodies that you deserve. So no matter what the scale says, okay? Anyway, so hope you like this. Please like and share this post. And if you have any questions or anything, reach out to me again. Hit me up below. Let me know what you're doing to optimize your muscle mass. Everybody have a great day. Remember to live to give, do something nice for someone, pass it forward. We'll talk to you soon.